right, so we did the first one already. We'll do the second one. It's very similar, different symbols, okay, but the line should be the same. So here we have y is greater than negative x minus 2. So we start with our y-intercept of negative 2. We have the slope of negative 1. Okay, so the big difference between this one and the first one is, so we graph this line, since it's just greater than, okay, it should be a dashed line like so. Okay, so we are not including the points on that line. Greater than, we shade above. Okay, so we get something like that. Second part, y is less than negative 5x plus 2. Start with our y-intercept of positive 2, slope of negative 5. So I count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the right 1. Okay, again, dashed line because it's just less than, not less than or equal to. Okay, so again, shading below, since it's less than, which would be over here. So again, we're looking for where they overlap, and then we're going to darken it, which should be this region here. Okay. So again, if you recall, all the points that fall in this shaded region, okay, those points will be solutions to this system of inequalities. Keep mixing up the colors to make it fun here. Y is less than or equal to 1/2 x plus 2, so we start with our y-intercept of positive 2. Slope of 1/2, so we go up 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. So it's less than or equal to, so that should be a solid line. We are including those points. All right, less than, we're going to shade below. Second equation or inequality, y is less than negative 2x minus 3. So we start with our y-intercept of negative 3. Have a slope of negative 2. Okay, it's less than, so it should be a dashed line. Like so. Okay. Shade below it because it's less than. Okay, and then emphasize where the overlap is. So in this case, should be there. Okay, next one a little trickier just because it's just an x value. So we go where x is equal to negative 3, which is right here. Okay, so anywhere that x is less than or equal to negative 3, it ends up just being a solid line where my x value is negative 3. And again, if we want numbers that are less than negative 3, we should be shading to the left because all of those x values are less than negative 3. Second inequality, start at positive 2, slope of 5/3. Okay, it is just less than, so it's a dashed line. Okay, and we're shading below. And so our overlap area is down here. Okay, second page, y is less than or equal to negative 5/2 x minus 2. So we start at -2. -5/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay, should be a solid line. Like so. Second inequality, we start with a +2 y-intercept, slope of -1/2. Oops, I should probably shade that one, right? Less than, shading below. Second inequality has a dashed line. It is less than as well, so we're shading below that one. Okay, so pretty big shaded region here. Number 6, +3 for our first y-intercept, slope of 2/3. It's greater than or equal to, so it's a solid line, and I'm shading above. Second one, y is greater than -4/3 x minus 3. Got a dashed line here. Okay, and again, shading above. So my overlap region would be that section up there. All right, this pen didn't work out that great, but get the idea. And that somehow makes it worse. Okay, 7 and 8, a little tricky, just because you get 4x plus y is less than 2, so you got to move the 4x over. So we get y is less than -4x plus 2. Okay, dash line there. We're shading below, less than. Okay, and similar to when we had the x value by itself, here we have the y value by itself. So we go to where y is equal to -2 right here. Okay, and it's just going to be a horizontal dashed line. Like so. Okay, we want all the values greater than. So those, anything above, okay, would be where y is greater than -2. So our overlap area is this big region. Over here. Okay, then we have to do the same thing for both of these over here. So we have 3x plus 2y is greater than -2. So I got to move the 3x over first. 2y is greater than -3x minus 2. Then I got to divide everything by 2. So notice I divided by a positive 2, so I'm not flipping the sign. If I was dividing by a negative 2, I would flip the sign. So my first inequality is y is greater than or equal to negative 3x minus 1. And we got a solid line there. So I'm shading above. Same thing with the second inequality where I need to get y on a side by itself. So I subtract the x. So 2y is less than or equal to negative x plus 2. Divide everything by 2 gives me y is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 1. It is a solid line once again. Shading below. And so my overlap is in. Come on, little pen. One last problem. You can do it. Can't do it. So overlap will be in that region there.